Should the One Piece anime swap to a seasonal format? Now, One Piece has been airing for 20 years now, and it's always been a weekly anime, and I think it's finally time for Toei to look at the anime industry and finally make a change. The main reason I'm bringing this up is because right now the manga and the anime are both on break. The anime is going on a 2-week break. We're getting like a recap episode, and this has always been something with the One Piece anime. We always get these random recap episodes that kind of kill any hype because we're at like really, especially right now in the anime, we're at a really high point with the Gorosei touching down on Egghead, and now it's being broken up because I don't know why. Maybe they're taking more time to work on the episodes, but earlier in the year we got a 6-month break for the One Piece anime, and now we're getting arguably some of the best adaptations and animation we've ever seen in the anime. And I think this is just very eye-opening because if One Piece just went to a seasonal anime, this would fix so many of the issues that people have with the anime, and that is the pacing. The One Piece anime's pacing can be so bad. Ever since Eggheads happened, it's been a lot better because they've been having a lot more material to work with because Oda's kind of been cramming a lot into his chapters. And I think Wano, for me, was a big eye-opener for why One Piece needs to go seasonal, because this was the first arc that I had read when I fully caught up, and I just remember the anime's pacing in Wano was so bad, and it wasn't that bad in the manga, but because they only adapt one chapter into one episode, the pacing could just be so bad, and I just think swapping to seasonal will be much better. Having One Piece in anime where they adapt 2 or 3 chapters an episode, I just think will elevate it so much more. They'll have more time to work on animation, and I think a lot of these moments that people are looking for are just going to be adapted way better, and I think the pacing issue will be solved for the most part. Like, one of my least favorite parts when I was reading the Wano in the manga was the whole Ice Oni part with Chopper trying to cure all the diseases. And then when the anime got to that point, however much longer, I just remember it being so dreadfully bad. I couldn't even watch the anime. I was like, I'm just going to read the weekly chapters. I'll wait for a bunch of episodes to pile up for the Wano. And it was just so bad. And I think a lot of the memes are kind of true, where like One Piece episodes, like 50% of the episode is just reaction shots. And I think just going seasonal will fix that. And I think especially for Elbaf, when we get there, I think if Elbaf was a seasonal anime, it would be so good. They would be able to do so much with it. And especially because now Oda has been taking a lot of breaks, and it's been causing the anime to have a lot of breaks because they can't catch up too fast. So I think just going seasonal is just going to solve so many problems for the One Piece anime. Let me know what you think down below, but I think it would just benefit, and it would just be awesome to see One Piece as a seasonal finally.